The overview of this presentation provides an overview of how water treatment is carried out in Sabah, focusing on how clean and safe water is supplied to the public. It begins with the geographical context of Sabah, highlighting its reliance on rivers and natural catchment area as the main raw water sources. This presentation then explains how these sources are treated by Jabatan Air Negeri Sabah using standard processes such as coagulation, sedimentation, filtration and disinfection to remove impurities and harmful microorganisms. It also discusses how this process support environmental sustainability by ensuring water is safely treated before distribution. In addition, the role of governing authorities, especially JANS, is examined in managing water supply, infrastructure and services. Finally, the presentation addressed key challenges in Sabah, including high water turbidity during rainy seasons, aging infrastructure and occasional supply disruption which impact the efficiency of water delivery to users.
For the next slide, we have geographical map of Sabah and primary raw water sources. There are a lot of primary raw water sources in Sabah, such as Kinabatangan River System, Segamar River System, Padas River System, Babagon Dam Reservoir, and other sources.
Raw water sources in Sabah. Primary raw water sources in Sabah are mainly derived from natural surface and underground system, with rivers being the most dominant source. Major rivers such as the Kinabatangan River, Padas River and Segamar River supply large volumes of raw water for domestic, agricultural and industrial use. These rivers are essential because they flow continuously and are easily accessible for water treatment processes. Overall, rivers remain the primary raw water source in Sabah, supported by reservoirs, groundwater and rainwater to ensure a continuous and sustainable water supply.
Next slide is water treatment process in Sabah. Water purification process. Source of water from reservoir. Screening to remove floating materials like leaves, wood pieces from waters. Aeration, the process of mixing water with air. The main purpose of aeration is to remove gases and others that can cause bad taste and odor to water and remove salts. Filtration, process to remove bacteria, color, taste, odor and suspended particles by passing through filter bags containing fine and coarse and sand gravel. Coagulation, a chemical such as alum which produces positive charge to neutralize the negative charge on the particles, so particles can stick together forming large particles which more easily to remove. Sedimentation, process of removing suspended impurities by allowing the water undisturbed for 2 to 6 hours in the big tank. The suspended particles settled down at the bottom due to the force of gravity and they are removed. Disinfection, the process of destroying the harmful bacteria using method of boiling, ultraviolet radiations and chlorination. The next slide is how the water treatment process contributes to environmental sustainability. Firstly, protection of public health and ecosystem. Secondly, efficient use of natural water resources. Thirdly, reduction of environmental pollution. Next one is support from sustainable urban and rural development, water conservation and loss reduction, and lastly, adaptation to climate and environmental change.
Role of governing authorities. The Sabah Water Department, Jabatan Air Negeri Sabah or JANS, is the primary state authority responsible for the end-to-end management of treated water in Sabah. JANS ensure continuous and safe water supply to users by treating raw water from rivers or dams to meet high standards in distributing clean water to residential, commercial and industrial areas. JANS are also responsible in monitoring water quality regularly and managing water pressure and supply consistency. For this slide, the management of treated water for end users. First, regulatory control. The State Water Authority regulates water supply, production and distribution, issuing license to operators and enforcing water quality standards. Second, infrastructure and quality. Sabah Water Department manage treatment plants and ensure compliance with safety standards for water supply and wastewater management. Third, policy and sustainability. The 1998 enactment manage water resources, focusing on reducing non-revenue water (NRW) and protecting ecological biodiversity. Fourth, regulatory framework. Unlike Peninsular Malaysia, Sabah operates under its own unique state-level framework for water and wastewater. Though it often aligned with national standard for equipment and quality. Lastly, sewerage management. JPPS oversees wastewater treatment infrastructure to safeguard the environment.
Next, issues and challenges related to clean water supply in Sabah. First, significant urban-rural divide. There is a big difference between urban and rural areas. Almost all urban areas have treated water, but only about 61% of rural areas have proper access. Second, infrastructure failure and RW. All undamaged pipes often leak or burst, causing high water loss, also known as non-revenue water. Besides that, poor maintenance, illegal water connection and illegal immigrants (PTI) also make the problem worse. Third, project delays and poor maintenance. The main problem is delays in water projects in Sabah and poor maintenance of existing system. A total of 24 projects valued over 7 million ringgit have delayed previously. This causes people still face water shortage and slow improvement. Lastly, specific regional disparities. This is because rural villages and schools often do not have enough clean water for daily use. Alternative solutions like solar power system and tube wells are used to help these communities. Water treatment and supply in Sabah are important to provide clean and safe water to the people. Water is collected from rivers, dams and underground sources. It is then sent to water treatment plants where dirt, germs and harmful substances are removed through processes such as filtering and chlorination. The Sabah State Water Department manages most of the water supply system in the state. However, Sabah still faces problems such as old pipes, water leaks, pollution and frequent water disruption, especially in some rural areas. To solve these issues, the government is upgrading water treatment plants and replacing damaged pipelines. In conclusion, proper water treatment and supply are important to ensure that people in Sabah receive clean, safe and reliable water every day.